Hey everyone, got a video for you today. Some news about Tamora Morrison and Boba Fett. So you know I had to do a video on this. Let's bring this thing up and take a look. So thanks to Inverse, they say Star Wars legend says his beloved anti-hero is on the shelf. Tamora Morrison reveals we might open up the jar later. Let's get into this thing, if my mouse will cooperate. Every rose has its thorn, or for fans of Star Wars' new small screen universe, that thorn is the Book of Boba Fett. Hold on a second. All right. The Book of Boba Fett wasn't exactly epic cinema, but if the Book of Boba Fett is a thorn, I guess the Acolyte then would be like Venus flytrap or something, maybe? Anyway, moving on. The series began with so much potential, positioned as a leaner, meaner, darker counterpart to the Mandalorian's adventures of the week, that it was also poised to dive deep into the psyche of a character that so many adored but didn't really know much about was just an added bonus. But Boba Fett was neither the underworld crime drama nor the intimate character study that anyone hoped it'd be. If anything, it was just a springboard for another adventure with Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal, and his companion Grogu. Fans had every right to be disappointed, as did actor Tamora Morrison, who's been hoping for another chance to give Boba Fett the true spotlight ever since. Tragically, it seems as though the Mandoverse is moving on without the original Mandalorian Boba Fett himself. While Din and Grogu's story will continue with a big screen epic set to unite the threads of The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, Morrison revealed he was still waiting for a phone call in 2024. Circumstances haven't changed much since. In an interview with Inverse to promote his latest film, The Bluff, Morrison confirms that Boba Fett is still on the shelf. The actor reportedly caught a bit of flack from Lucasfilm after telling fans to, quote, send a fax or a letter or an email, unquote, lobbying for more Boba Fett in 2025. He says, I was only joking. I'm at a convention and I say stupid things, Morrison tells Inverse. Then I've got Lucasfilm ringing me. Look, you've been put on the shelf, Boba Fett. We might open up the jar later. It's bittersweet, but Morrison looks back on his time on the Boba Fett set fondly. It was a big deal for me, he continues. When you do a series like Boba Fett and work with Ming-Na Wen, I started to think, man, this is it. I'm away. Season 2, 3, 4. But at the end of it, we had a great time. I was honored to be brought back after all that time. Morrison's history with Star Wars dates back to Attack of the Clones, which introduced him as Jango Fett, the human that every clone soldier thereafter is based on. His likeness is built into the very fabric of the franchise. I'm Jango, I'm Boba, I'm Commander Cody, I'm all the clones, I'm Captain Rex. The list goes on, so I really can't complain. Fortunately, Morrison has been keeping busy with other action fare since Boba Fett's first season came to an end. He reunited with his Aquaman co-star Jason Momoa in The Chief of War and The Wrecking Crew, and teams up with fellow New Zealander Carl Urban in the swashbuckling thriller The Bluff. Morrison is the strong, silent quartermaster to Urban's slightly off-kilter Captain Connor, while the latter moves heaven and earth hunting down a former member of his crew, Priyanka Chopra's Ursel. Lee is the only one looking out for the crew members who remain. I realize I'm not such a baddie, Morrison jokes. The Bluff brought out a softer, subtler performance in the actor, but director Frank E. Flowers didn't skimp on brutal action either. The film ups the ante on the traditional pirate narrative, delivering something that feels closer to John Wick than Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just the latest of many exciting projects for Morrison, but the actor is still hopeful for a return to that galaxy far, far away. I'm shelved, that's all, he adds, like a jar of peaches. When it does get open, I'm going to come out sweeter, darling. Okay, so there's the article, folks. All right, so the Book of Boba Fett. So in my opinion, and I've said it before, it's not the worst thing ever. It's not the greatest thing ever. I would like to see a season 2 and have it done the right way. I'd be all for it because I've always wanted Tamora Morrison to play Boba Fett. Obviously, it was Jango Fett. He needs to play Boba Fett. So, and I recall during filming this, he was trying to tell them, he's taking off the helmet too much. He's, talking too much, all of that stuff there. The Book of Boba Fett became more of the Fennec Shan show, I think. You know, we had a little too much of that. And no offense to, you know, the great Ming-Na Wen. She's a beautiful woman, great character even. Maybe could have even had her own spinoff down the road. But, you know, it was the book of Boba Fett. You know, it should have been Boba Fett's show. So I'd be on board for season 2. Give Tamara Morrison some more creative control, right? Give him a little more creative control. Give him a season 2. And let's see what happens. So what do you all think? Would you like to see Book of Boba Fett season 2 if it was done the right way? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would be so kind, do all that cool YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, leave a comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and pushes the channel forward. And after you do that, and most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself, take care of each other, and why? Take it easy when you can take it sleazy.
Exit light, pursue night, grasp your prey, hold on tight. Dreamless peace is what you get.